Hello everyone and welcome back to No Man's Sky. So, I've sold off a bunch of our stuff. We're actually doing really well now. We have over 1,000,000 units. We just need 2 million more. We can afford a decent quality ship, right? Or we could find one. That's also possible. Didn't sell quite everything. We still have a couple of things at Thamium. Probably a little bit more now that I've mined a little bit in the interplanetary space. Where are we gonna go? We do have one more planet, at least I think just one, in this system that we haven't explored yet. But I don't think it's that important to explore every planet on every system. Let's go and upload all these waypoints so we can get some more cash. Not very much in relation to everything else, but you know, it helps. Wasn't this a 4-planet system or something like that? I mean, I'm tempted. Super tempted. I mean, we did so well. We're doing so well on Sentinel. We did so well on Sentinel Utopia. I'm wondering. Okay, we could go there, Dextovik. Or we used to. I mean. Oh, okay. This is like 5-planet system. I mean, it seems like why not? And maybe one of these will have a decent crash ship on it. Maybe, you never know. And it seems like a lot of the traders are going to that location. So why don't we at least see what's up with that? I don't think any of the traders are going anywhere else. Okay, looks like some of them are going over there too. But they're totally skipping over to this one. So that kind of tells me this is a crap world, we don't want to do it. But this world we might want to go to. Sure, let's go ahead and go here. I know, the goal of the game is to get to the center of the galaxy. You're not going to do that by going planet to planet, but I don't know, we need... Right now, I'm still holding on to the copper, because we need to build that warp drive. I'm pretty sure that warp drive is vital to be able to get further into the galaxy. Maybe not at this early stage, but I think eventually, certainly. Is that true or not? I have no idea. I'm just taking a wild guess that at some point there's going to be like a distance between two stars that we just can't get to because we don't have the right warp drive. And if that happens, I'm going to kick myself. And I'm going to be really mad at myself if that's true. So hopefully it's not true. Hopefully it is true and we actually get justified for spending all this time on doing it. Hoping it happens soon. Okay, we're going to drop into the planet's atmosphere here. Boom! Alright, planetary atmosphere. Or planetary interference. We have... I'm actually going way too slow. Looks like a couple of lakes. Yeah, go and scan me, buddy. You're not going to follow me into the atmosphere. Yeah, I hit the back on the pulse drive a little too soon, but now it's too late to initiate it again. Couple of bodies of water, not too big, at least for what I can tell. I have no idea what that big green thing is, but I'm guessing there's a lot of it. It looks like we have some floating land masses. Holy shit. We do. Gravity's doing some weird ass shit right now. Kind of freaked out a little bit. If we land on one of these, we're fucked. You realize that, right? That might be Ilium. I don't know what the hell that spire is, though. What do you think this... Oh, okay, the spire was just not rendering properly. Okay. So, yeah, this is probably all Ilium. So, it looks like that's where all the traders are going over there. Oh, that's new. I don't think that's Iridium. So, what do we need for our warp drive? Let's look at this first. So to make the warp drive, we need Iridium. Okay, so we're looking for spires, or not spires, we're looking for arches. Looking for arches. I don't see any arches on this world. Do a pulse, see if anything good comes up. No. Nothing, huh? No question marks, no nothing? Okay. Yeah, gravity's starting to freak me out a little bit on this planet. Let's boost I also don't see any facilities. See a couple of green spots, but I have no idea what the heck that is. Let's boost. Let's try to do around 120. Try to reach our top speed. Oh, there's a drop pod. There's a drop pod. We're totally hitting the drop pod. Do it. First time we land on it, on this planet, and see what we got. It should tell us what the Sentinels are passive. Sentinels are passive. No flora or fauna. Okay, good. Sentinels are passive is great. Then we just need to make sure we don't go crazy in our pursuit of mining, but it should be totally fine. Am I going to do a slot? Abso-freaking-lutely. We have 1,000,000 credits. We can afford it. I want to buy... A low atmosphere planet means plentiful resources likely. I did not know that was a thing. Okay, that's great. That's probably why the Sentinels are passive. Because they don't give a shit. There's no chance of life developing on this planet at all. Okay, there's a question mark over there. There's a spire over there. I have no idea what that spire is. I'm excited. I am thrilled. I'm going to mine everything I can possibly mine. So, no carbon sources on this planet. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Some iridium, which I'm not too wild about. I need iridium, not iridium. But where are we going to find the arches, though? That's a good question. I'm guessing those are just iron, assuming they're anything at all. They are nothing at all. Okay. Okay, then. I mean, mine some emerald. I mean, this is a good planet to get rich on, basically. Passive Sentinels. Likely because there's not going to be any big sources. And by big sources, I mean, like, any of the glow stuff. Oh, there's some caves in there. Caves could be really good. Because the caves will have plutonium, and we need that. I'm going to boost a little bit. There's another drop pod. I'm going to hit every drop pod I possibly can. Because we can afford it. I mean, maybe we won't be able to afford it for long. We can afford it now, though. I'm going to do it. I'm going to another slot. Restum Crater. I mean, Redeem Crater would be a better word for it. But I'll go with it. Yeah, man. Hook me up. Hook me up with that beautiful exosuit upgrade. I will do it. 120k, no problem. I mean, especially if we start mining out the emerald here. Even just mining out the iridium would do it. Emerald especially, though. And we could also find, like, a titanium source or something. Okay, maybe we stay local for now, right now. Mostly because we need plutonium. Just mine all that. There you go. So since the Sentinels are passive, that means we can mine a little bit more than we would otherwise. So what are we going to call this rock? It's a good question. What are we going to call this rock? I like Tossango. I think take off Dex Toffic. I think we get rid of that entirely. Just call it Tossango. That's good. How about Toshango? Just so we don't get any tosser jokes, okay? Don't want any of that. Toshango. I like that. Alright, so I guess we should just start heading out. If we want to mine stuff, leaving our ship behind is probably a good idea. Looks like there's... Oh, it's talking about the ruin on the other planet. I do like that, though. Unrealistic, but still looks cool. There's no way planets would be that close together, is all I'm saying. Alright, sure, let's just go take a walk. It's a barren world, but we're going to get lots of... Or no low atmosphere world. We're going to get lots and lots of minerals here. We can get into a cave system. I would appreciate it. Oh, there's some kind of flower here. What is this? Can you scan that for me? No, huh? Is that like a source of carbon? That is totally a source of carbon. Not too terrible much of it, but still. Alright, no caves. I kind of expected... I thought I saw caves coming in, but could have been wrong. Okay, where's the question mark at? The question mark's over there. Okay, let's go. My guess is it's high up, so maybe actually the ship would have been a good call there, but that's okay. We get into a cave. I'm okay with that too. Caves usually have lots of plutonium. What other stuff do we want here? Well, iridium would be great, but I don't think this planet has it. I could be wrong. Oh, this is not a cave system. It's just a deep valley. Okay. Well, that works too. Yeah, there's plenty of plutonium for this to work, though. Is that a monolith? Zoom in here. No, that's a flag. Could be a trader. That might be all it is, really. Take that, thank you. And all of this. We'll fly up there and see. I'm glad we have a jetpack. We do have enough exosuit mods, or enough slots now, that I'm actually tempted to load up our mods a little bit more. Zotrovar Flats, you say? We're kind of just going along the side here. Yeah, there we go. Climb up, climb up, climb up. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Jetpack up. Jetpack all the way up. Okay, we didn't die. I'm actually hugely surprised by this. Jetpack to climb. That's what I'm doing. Heading straight to that question mark. Or we can just climb the rest of the way if the jetpack's broken. There we go. This was nothing. This was just a location. If we can find a signal analyzer, though, we could make this whole trip worthwhile. Do you see anything that could possibly be a signal analyzer? No. Our starship looks really far away. It's not actually that far. Okay, well, just how it goes. I mean, yeah, look at the cargo drop. Maybe, okay, Viking dagger, all right. Grab some plutonium. Yeah, there we go, a little bit. Where to next? I think we just, if there's no question marks, we just head basically directly away from our ship. Under the idea, we'll be able to call it later. So far, that's worked out for us. Yeah, sure, just drop. That worked out pretty well. All right. What about resources? It's supposed to be a resource-rich world. That's what I was told. I was told the streets were lined with gold. And so far, that doesn't seem to be the case. Let's pulse occasionally. At the very least, we can really, like, boost up our iron reserves if we wanted to. Iron's not exactly the resource I had in mind when they said resource-rich planet. But I'll take what I can get. More carbon. I will totally take the carbon. Mostly because we can turn that into power more easily. And we could do that with plutonium too. Let's not overstate it. But I mean, we can take what we can. That is a cave system. Probably doesn't go very deep, would be my guess. I have some interesting lighting effects there too. What would cause that? I mean, usually what causes bioluminescence is life, but I guess in a low atmosphere world, you would still have life, but it probably would never get above, like singular cellular. It might get multicellular. They'd be pretty small though. Yeah, I can't imagine these caves go very deep, and they don't. Okay. Yeah, go and scan it, man. You're not going to find much. Oh, hell. Okay. Yeah, I did it while I was scanning me. That was probably a bad idea. No big deal. He's dead now. We got some titanium. I'm okay with that. Alright, just head generally away. Let's just go for it. Just run. Let's head in this general direction. What are we expecting to find? I don't know. We can get some iridium, and that will do for a little while. There are emerald deposits. There's emerald deposits. There could be aluminum deposits. And there's iridium over there, which I guess we can go ahead and grab. Okay, good. We have a question mark symbol. Yeah, we're gonna head for that. That's probably... So that's Iridium. I know that. What do you suppose that is? The rounded top kind of tells me... Well, that can't possibly be emerald, right? It can't be Iridium either. Iridium usually happens in arches. Well, usually, but not necessarily always. Hold up. Yeah, I'm in water right now. Or maybe it's not water. Maybe it's just some liquid. Okay, what is this? It is something we can mine, which is not surprising. Tell me what this is. Nickel. Nickel. Okay, I mean, nickel's good. We can sell it. I don't think we need it for anything right now. Which means it's purely a profit maker for us. Okay, I'm good with that. We get up to 2 million. I mean, I'd be surprised, but it could happen. I mean, we're not going to get rich doing this. The titanium is going to sell for more by volume, but not necessarily by weight. I have no idea how much nickel actually weighs. So I suppose, and it doesn't actually matter because the slots aren't by weight. Or maybe they are. Maybe they're totally by weight. And so that would indicate that the glowing balls are actually weigh like a tremendous amount. I mean, nickel weighs... Oh man, I'm bad at weights. I'm so bad at weights, but just go off of gold, okay? We know basically gold's really heavy. A pound of gold would probably fit into your hand. Probably about the size of the palm of your hand. I think that's about a pound of gold. So when you do like a brick of gold, which is like, I mean, it differs per person, but we'll do like an approximate measurement here. A brick of gold is probably from your wrist to your elbow. That long, and about as thick as, well, it's about as thick as your hand if you go from the wrist to like the tip of your pinky. So that's how deep it is, and it's as long as your arm. Something like that weighs like, I think it's something like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. Something like that. Something not easily just thrown about. Now, how much gold did we grab? Well, I mean, we grabbed a huge amount, right? The amount of gold we grabbed looks like, and we don't know how dense it is. I guess that's the problem. Is we see how much by volume it is, but the thing is, that's it in the world. It's not necessarily refined. The refined bricks I'm talking about, that's different. Yeah, so I guess it's not necessarily equivalent. We have no idea what the equivalency is. Let's go ahead and recharge here with our multi-tool. There we go, money beam. Plutonium. There you go. Bullcaster just a little bit. There we go. Oh, not the bullcaster for that. Keep forgetting that the last thing you recharge is when it switches over. And we'll grab as much nickel. Well, how much nickel do we want? Maybe as much nickel as fits in a slot. Oh, okay, we're well over that. All right. 2 slots then. Seems a waste to just throw it away. So sure, 2 slots. We can afford it. We have lots of slots in our exosuit right now that is totally empty. Okay, so this is a lot of nickel then. This is going to be... If we were to destroy this whole thing, my guess would be 4 slots worth. That's decent, man. That is a decent amount. I'm overworking my beam a little bit. Need to be more careful about how we do the pulses. About a 5-second count's probably about right. And then you just let go and then re-click. This is going to look ugly, but I'm going to call it a work of art instead. You know, just it's all a matter of how you market it. You know, you gotta make sure your lines are artistic and flow properly, and the art critics will all praise you for your purposeful lines. Export's already down to 25%. There should be some plutonium around here. I'd bet good money on it. Yeah, there it is right over there. Alright, that is almost full. We'll go ahead and make another few deliberate lines here. You know, talk about the opiate of the masses, and maybe something about the rich. I don't know. People always appreciate when the rich are lambasted in art, even though the rich are the one who are buying the art. And then we're good, right? Yeah, that's pretty much a full slot. Okay. Let's go grab some plutonium here, and then walk away from the ship, not towards the ship. Walk away from the ship. Or at least towards the question mark, which we saw. Which we saw over there. Okay, which is away from the ship, so we're still good. That is still a lot of nickel left. Wow. I mean, I'm just looking at this and going, would that actually take up only 4 slots? It looks like it might take up more like 6. I'm so tempted to mine the rest of that, but it might be a little too much right now. Tempting. But okay, now we know the stuff that's around the edges, that's dark, is nickel. And the square edges, which is dark, is iridium. So we're learning. We're learning what things are looking like. It's kind of weird they're kind of shaped that way, but I'm going to assume that's actually the Sentinel's doing. If you were going to design a bunch of autonomous drones to go out in the world and self-replicate, I think one of the most important things they could do is prep the world for your arrival. I think the best way to do that is to mine these ores and then set them up in places where you could recover them. Now, that's not necessarily going to work because the Sentinels have gone rogue and will pretty much destroy anyone who tries to, you know, stop all their glorious work. But, I mean, it'd be funny if they're just doing that section of the programming. I mean, they obviously can't think about it, so... Oh, here we go. We probably have some I think those are titanium canisters. That will sell for a pretty penny. That is totally titanium. Okay, great. Well, I'll take these plutonium away from you. Go ahead and save. And then we are totally going to rob all the titanium we can possibly get here. Still no signal analyzer, huh? I don't see one. Okay, well, then switch over to the bolt caster here. Destroy this thing. There we go. And then we'll take care of these. We have enough slots. There's no worry here at all. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, you can try calling for help. Not going to do you any good. And that's mine. And that's mine. And that one's going to be mine. Just a second. There we go. All mine. Okay, where's our ship? Our ship is over there, so we want to keep walking in this direction. And of course, there's nothing good in this direction. That figures. Not of any plutonium. Going into the mountains is problematic on a lot of worlds, it looks like. You could do it, but it doesn't actually give you any resources. It does get you away. If you just want to be away, you can get away. This is iridium? It's totally iridium. Yep. Okay. Don't worry too much about iridium right now. I don't think we need it for anything. We definitely need iridium, but no iridium. And we're just going to keep walking away. Pulse occasionally. See if we get anything wild. The problem with the barren world is that you're not going to get a lot of resources, it seems. It'd be good for grabbing, like, one of a lot. And this actually looks like a thicker iridium column than we usually get on worlds with a lot of flora and fauna. But for other stuff, for, like, carbon, obviously there's no way you're getting much carbon. Looks like you get a decent amount of iron, maybe. I mean, you always get a decent amount of iron. But yeah, no carbon. I mean, we might as well do the iridium since it's here. That's a bigger pillar than I actually need, but sure, take the Iridium too. What the hell? Hold on. Just pulse that again? That might be gold over there. We can go deeper in the cave system, find some gold. Sure, why not? We are going to head towards that question mark. Hard to tell if there's going to be a message or a signal analyzer there. There could be. We only go so far up here. Okay, we're apparently mining quite a bit of iridium. As long as we keep the pulses short, we can maybe keep track of how much we're going to have, and then that's enough to fill up a slot. We're good. Oh no, way more than enough to fill up a slot. We're way past where we need to be. So can I vaporize these mushrooms to get carbon? I can. Would mushrooms perform well in a low atmosphere environment? They're usually close enough to the ground that I would say yes, but those mushrooms were not close to the ground at all. So, I don't know. Maybe. I guess I don't know enough about that to work. Okay, so that's emerald. I mean, we could dedicate some space to emerald, I suppose. Plutonium is actually more important right now because we need to be able to power our stuff. But, oh wow, this goes deep. This goes far. We do have grenades, so if I get lost in here and I can't find my way out, we can just blast our way out. It'll take a little while, but totally worth it, I think. Mining moves down to 16%, but we have enough space in our exosuit. I think we can go ahead and make a power thing that I've totally forgotten the name of. You know what I'm talking about, though. We got that recipe a little while ago. Let's go ahead and actually do that now. So let's craft product. We want to make a power reservoir. And in fact, let's make another one of those. Make another power reservoir. And then I can go to our mining beam. Or launch thruster. Can I do... Okay, launch thruster. I think that only works with the stuff we have on our system right now. Okay. So mining beam, go over here. Power reservoir. Okay. That took it to a decent amount. We have enough carbon to be able to do that kind of thing pretty often, I think. So okay, never mind what I said about low carbon worlds. You go into the caves, plenty of carbon to be had. Also plenty of plutonium and emerald, it looks like. I mean, sure, why not? Emerald cells. I think we need emerald for... I don't remember what upgrade we need it for. We're gradually heading towards the question mark. I don't think we're headed directly there, but there's another question mark over that direction. Okay, so now we've reached the end of the cave. I think at this point, we try to carve our way out. Just gradually aim upwards. Go and recharge. And there we go, there's our way out. Try to be a little smoother on the uptake, but still worked. Okay, that grenade went a lot farther than I thought it was going to. That was interesting. It's like, okay, what are these spires? Are these spires anything? They are not mineable, they are just spires. Okay, and I landed a little hard there, but still okay. Interesting formations. You usually get this formations with a lot of wind, but if you don't have a lot of atmosphere, it doesn't seem like you'd have a lot of wind. I have no idea. Alright, we're gonna head... Yeah, we're gonna head to this one first, then we'll head to the other one. Now, there's a little bit of plutonium there. I'm not too worried about plutonium now. We picked up a lot of plutonium inside that cave. It does sound like we're walking through water here. But in a low atmosphere... Well, so, I was gonna say in a low atmosphere you wouldn't get a lot of water. That's not necessarily true. If there's enough of an atmosphere, the water won't necessarily evaporate. You'll get clouds low to the ground, at which point it's more like fog. But if you have a good magnetic field, the atmosphere is not going to go anywhere. As long as the atmosphere is more or less stable, you're still going to have water. Assuming the atmosphere is stable and the... oh, more titanium. The atmosphere is stable and you have a good magnetic field, you should have some decent water. Temperature has to be stable too. I think that's what I just said. Yeah, titanium. Okay. We'll pick up more plutonium, because why the hell not? Thank you. Any sentinels around? Sentinel, sentinel, sentinel. Anybody? Looks like a big thing of emerald over there. Switch over to our bolt caster and go to town. Okay, sentinel. Where are you? Where are you? You're on the other side of the ridge. Well, then excuse me if I'm not exactly threatened by that. There you are. Oh, we got a lock on. Yeah, that's totally a lock on. As soon as it gets the crosshair on it. Okay. So, blast all the hell with this. And then one more. And we're good. Okay, and then we go ahead and save. And we go ahead and go to the other question mark. Somewhere around here, there's got to be a way to call in our ship. Otherwise, it's going to be a hell of a long trip back. I'm not even worried too much. So the reason why I don't pick up the cargo drops, I mean, I know this requires an Atlas pass. We don't have an Atlas pass. This just restores our health. We don't need that right now. These cargo drops, I could kind of see the benefit, but on the other hand, most of the time, they give us something that's just going to take up a slot. And we can kind of sort of afford the slots right now, but also we kind of sort of can't. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and not even bother. Alright, so our beam's at 92. Most of these, you going to complain? You going to complain? I know you're not going to complain because you're passive. As long as I don't do anything too wild, you're not going to care. Alright, it looks like that might be another drop pod. Are we going to do it? Yes, absolutely. Assuming that is what that is. That is, in fact, what that is. It's a drop pod. Yeah, let's get another slot. Let's do it. Let's go crazy. More exosuit, the better. You know, we haven't actually been able to try out the underwater mod yet. I would love to do that. My guess is that it's going to be a lot like the shields or the life support, in that it's going to slowly drop down over time, but then we'll be able to recharge it, and so we don't have to worry about our breath meter, which is super short. But as long as we can continually recharge our other meters, that should be totally fine. You know what I would like to see is something that automatically recharges our stuff as long as we have the material for it. So then we don't need to worry about, oh, well, you know, we're down to 25%. We can just say, you know what, don't even tell me about it unless I'm out of materials to be able to charge it. And I could see that being good and bad, depending on what you were necessarily mining for and whether or not you wanted to save that stuff for later. Another slot, abso-freaking-lutely, 130,000. I'll do it. It means we're down below 1 million. I'm okay with that. Okay, another thing over there. Oh, we need to save. We absolutely should save. Save the location. Save our way out. I guess it's not really a way out. We do have another question mark, though, that I'm going to go to, which is not that way. It was nearby. Where was it? Pulse again? There it is, over there. That's another drop pod, though. Did we just pass that by? Okay, there's something over there. That's a depot. Did we fly to the depot first? I'm really confused over what happened here. It's another cave system. I mean, I guess we'll go towards the question mark. It's not exactly orthogonal to our, or directly across from our ship like I want, but I mean, if we can just call in our ship. It seems weird that we had a depot. I didn't even realize it. I don't know. I'm pulsing probably for no good reason. Where's our... So for these improvements, range boost is what I'm looking for. I need chrysonite or I need platinum. I'm not going to find either one of those on this planet. Not going to happen. I mean, chrysonite might happen. It's possible. It seems really unlikely right now, though. We haven't seen any of it. I think chrysonite's about as likely as iridium right now. That is, not at all. Could be wrong. Oh, there's another question mark over there. So there's that one. Minute 40. That one, 212. Okay, well, obviously we go for the minute 40 first. And that might be a beacon? That could be a beacon. At least if that's what I'm seeing from the blinking texture right now. But yeah, that could be a beacon. Will the beacon give us anything good? And probably tell us where the nearest life form is. That'll at least let us be able to sell something if we wanted to. Which I think we do. I mean, we definitely want to sell the nickel. We have a lot of stuff on us right now that probably doesn't actually need to be on us. And that'll, if they can let us sell things, then that means that we're going to be able to call our ship, more than likely. Charge this, please. I mean, I could probably... Oh, our stuff is full. Okay, let's... Yeah, we have a lot of room on our ship. Okay, so let's go transfer a lot of our stuff. Carbon over, nickel over, iridium over, some of the plutonium over, one of the titaniums over. Yeah, that's good. That's better. Much better now. I like how we can send stuff to our ship, but we can't necessarily have the ship say anything to us. We've got some kind of courier system installed in our suit that for some reason won't go over and drop stuff on the ship, but at least let us send stuff too, so that's something, I guess. I guess we know where the ship is because that's where we left it. So maybe it's sort of like a teleportation, but the ship doesn't necessarily know where we are because we don't stay still enough. Alright, let's see what life forms are around. Got anything? Yep. There's a shelter right over there. Okay. Well, I mean, that'll be on the list, but 14 minutes away is quite the trek. We could do it. Yeah, alien installation and landing pad. So, okay, there's a landing pad, that means we can call our ship there. So that's a good thing. Oh, actually a mushroom outside a cave system. Hold up, hold up. Okay, for a second there I thought it was a crash ship. It's not, it's some leftover tech. That's still good though. It's just not as good as a crash ship would be. Would we abandon our current ship? Abso-freaking-lutely. If it was a better ship, yeah. Yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat. If it was... So right now, our current ship has 20 slots. I would drop it even if it's only one more slot. If it was 21 slots, I'd do it. Obviously, if it was more, I'd do it too. Our best bet for finding a better ship for a crash ship, though, is probably going to another star system closer to the center. Things are supposed to get more difficult there. Seems more likely that they'd give you some better tech as you get closer. And I think that's what we're going to do once we get off this planet, is we're going to go to the next system, no matter where that ends up being. I mean, obviously, anything's going to probably be closer. Well, not anything. Obviously. Okay, deflection enhancement theta already known. Well, screw you too, I guess. Almost makes the trip over here not even worth it. Almost. I mean, we did earn a little bit for this. Okay, so what does that mean? That means we're definitely heading towards the life signs, which is over there. Okay. I'm assuming we don't see any more question marks, which will pulse just to be sure. But it doesn't look like it. Okay. Yeah, let's head towards it. We have enough plutonium on us right now. We can just make that trip, I'm pretty sure. It's not going to be like a straight shot. It's not actually going to be like 13 full minutes. Oh, but we're actually coming close to the end of the episode. Okay, well, we'll look around for a question mark. I mean, chances are we're not going to head straight, right? I hardly ever head straight. I never... What's the term? Is that following your nose? Yeah, see, there's a question mark right there. See, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Following your nose, usually what they call, like... It's not necessarily going in a straight line. I guess following your nose is kind of... It's person who wanders, is really what it is. You see someone's following their nose, they either mean they're smelling something out, and they're following the scent, which is likening them to a dog, or they're looking around and, you know, doing this and walking in that direction, which is basically what we're doing. And I've only ever seen that particular aphorism used in a fairy tale, where you have some kind of wanderer. Usually it's the guy who finds his 6 friends. I don't know if you ever heard that fairy tale. There's this wanderer who finds these 6 friends. You know, one of them has really good eyesight, so keen that he has to keep a blindfold on because anything he looks at will break instantly. Or the guy with really good nose, and he keeps the one nostril plugged so that he isn't overwhelmed by the smells all the time. But that comes out really useful when, you know, they need to find somebody. Yeah, and he just gathers all these friends with them, and then they have to go rescue a princess. And of course, the guy makes sure that everybody uses their talents to their utmost, and then he gets the girl for some reason. The 6 friends don't. I never understood that part. It's like, come on, man, you got to give them some kind of reward. They don't, and I mean, not everyone gets to marry the princess. Obviously, that's not going to work. Unless, of course, you're into that. But there's no guarantee the princess is going to be into that, and there's definitely no guarantee that the king's going to be in that for his daughter. Seems really unlikely. So, you know, you've got to have some reward for them. So I guess some version of the story might have some reward for them. I don't know. Maybe? Okay, we actually close enough to question mark that, yeah, there we go. And it's another drop pod. Are we going to do it? Yeah, hell we are. Yeah, we are. We're going to do it. It's going to cost us 130,000, but we have a lot right now, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, give me another slot, man. Do it. 140,000. Okay. I mean, at some point, there's a law of diminishing returns, right? Sure, let's do the cargo drop. What do you got for me? Shielding plate. Not my first choice, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Pulse? Anything? Anything? Anywhere? No, I mean, the trouble is, with these barren worlds or low atmosphere worlds, is there's not a whole lot going on. I'm actually surprised that there is an outpost or a shelter or whatever the heck you want to call it. So what are we going to do? We're going to mine some Heridium. We're going to make it at the shelter. Are we going to do any more drop pods? Yes. Because I think we should do every drop pod. If we can afford it, we should do it. Even if we can't really afford it because it's going to, you know, there's an opportunity cost, I think we should still do it. As long as we have the money, really. Afford is actually not the question. It's whether or not we have the money to actually physically pay. And I think we do it. Because the slot is always going to pay for itself. That gives us another opportunity to carry something. That something's going to let us, you know, sell more or get more money for stuff. So I think, yeah, we keep doing it. I know I keep running out of stamina, but the stamina meter is going down a lot slower than it used to. I think using one of our slots for that, and that's another benefit to having a slots, is that then we can apply more things to our suit, make ourselves more formidable in combat or in the environment. I mean, either way works out for me. Yeah, I think a slot is almost always going to be worth it. Now, there might be come to a point where we just can't upgrade the suit anymore. That's a different argument. If we get to that point, I think we celebrate. Because at that point, we go, okay, we have, you know, 70 slots in our suit. It's probably not going to be that many. It's probably going to be like, I don't know. My guess would be it would top out at around 30. That might actually be an overestimate. But it looks like a lot of the ships, I mean, when we looked at it, some of the ships, we saw like 28 slots that were selling for like, what was that, 10 million? Now, at some point, 10 million is going to be chump change to us. I don't know what point that is. It's not obviously now, but eventually. But yeah, I would assume that at some point, we're going to hit 30 slots in our exosuit, and that's going to be it. I have no idea what language this is. I'm guessing with the Herc, this is still Viking? Yes, this is Viking. Okay. Sure, teach me another word, man. Viking word for inventory. Interesting. Okay. Oh, landed a little hard there. So that was not a save slot, right? We didn't actually get to save that position? Okay. So then we'll head towards the next question mark, where there should be a save slot in like a minute and a half. Oh, there's some emerald right there. Do we have emerald in our... We do. Assuming that is emerald and not aluminum. I forget what the difference is visually. That might actually be aluminum. Aluminum would be okay. That's nickel. Both of those are nickel. We have a lot of nickel. But I still need to be able to sell stuff. Yeah, wait for stamina to recharge. So can I mine this here? That is definitely emerald. Okay. Good, so I was right. I'm able to identify it by sight. Now, if I saw aluminum and emerald next to each other, would I be able to tell the difference? Maybe? I think emerald is in spires. No. Emerald is in clumps like this. Big boulders. And aluminum is in spires. I think that's right. Another drop pod. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Until we get to 30, man. When we get to 30, then maybe I'll question myself. But for now, yes, absolutely. 150k, I'll do it. I'll do it. And we're gonna save. And then we're gradually gonna walk over to this place. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is No Man's Sky. I'm PC Universe, you're PC Universe 2. We're about 6 minutes away from there. We're probably going to find lots of more question marks on the way. Eventually, we're going to be able to get back to our ship, which I don't even know where that is anymore. We've lost our ship. Oh, there it is. Our ship is only 8 minutes away that way, so that's not too bad. But alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.